Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. So today I've got another on the couch reviews. I hope you're enjoying the series quite a bit. I'm having quite a good time reviewing films finally on the channel. So today I'm kind of cheating. It's not going to be one film, it's actually going to be three films, a trilogy. And I thought, I thought about doing individual videos for these, but I thought, that'll be over a span of 3 weeks. Do I really need to span over 3 weeks? So I'm just going to do it all in one video. So yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, the films I am talking about, of course, are the Hobbit Trilogy, the extended edition 3D deluxe sets. So we're going to be talking about these today. Alright guys, so the first one of course we'll talk about is of course the first movie, An Unexpected Journey. Now I am going to give my 3D opinions on these because I did watch them in 3D also. Now the first Hobbit film I do have issues with. It's a great movie overall. It was a good opening to the to a new trilogy in the Middle-earth series, but for me it dragged on a little bit too long. Now I know there was issues when making the films that they were told only with while filming that it was going to be 3 films and not just 2, because if you didn't know, the original plan was to make 2 Hobbit films, but yet they said, oh, we want you to make 3. So that kind of made problems for the pacing of the film and what they actually had to fit onto one film. And so the Hobbit was kind of a victim of that, and there is some pacing issues. I feel that they had to make up time with the first opening part where they're all in Bilbo's house and they're all having dinner and meeting each other, like all the dwarves. To me that ran on too long. I've seen it a good handful of times now and I always seem to say the same thing. I do think it ran on a little bit too long, but the movie does pick up, the scene after that, basically when he decides to go on the adventure and signs a contract, that's when the movie picks up. So it's not a whole lot of time. It's probably what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but it was a little drawn out. But other than that, I think the pacing of the movie was okay. Again, there could have been a few minutes here and there that could have been chopped out a little bit. But for the rest of the film, I thought the pacing was decent enough. It was okay. Some of my favourite scenes, I loved the giant, or are they giants? No, goblin. No, what are they called? Trolls. Yeah, trolls. I'm an idiot. They turn to stone in the sunlight. I loved that scene. I remember watching the Lord of the Rings films, and of course you saw the stone figures of them in the films, and of course they talk about how they turn to stone and all that, and then in this of course you get to see how that happened. I really enjoyed that scene. I thought it was really good. I thought it was quite funny, the way they were talking about eating dwarves and hobbits and things. I quite enjoyed that scene. I thought it was pretty good, and it was kind of nice to have background knowledge into the Lord of the Rings universe or movies. So I like that kind of a reference to the Lord of the Rings and then to the Hobbit. Yeah, the goblin scene would have to be probably my second favourite scene of the film. I really enjoyed that. I think especially in 3D as well, that's when 3D in the film really picked up, because there was a lot of kind of pop-outs, there was of course a lot of action towards the end of it. The Goblin King himself was awesome. Usually I'm not a fan of singing, especially in these, because Lord of the Rings didn't really have much singing, but I did enjoy the Goblin King song. I thought it was pretty good. So I really enjoyed that scene. I thought it was really, really good, and I loved the whole look of the kingdom that they had under the ground. And then of course you see Gollum for the first time. I really enjoyed the scene. I really did. Yeah, and then of course Rivendell, beautiful, amazing looking, especially 3D with the depth and everything. But yeah, we'll move on to 3D now. The 3D was okay in this. Again, it really picked up after during the Goblin King scene. After that, it kind of picks up, especially towards the last maybe 15 minutes of the film, when they're on the tree and they're getting chased up the tree. That had pretty good 3D moments in it, I do admit. So second half was better than the first in 3D, but it was still a decent movie, and it was a decent 3D experience. So yeah, the Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. Alright guys, we're going to move on to the Desolation of Smaug. This one is probably my favourite out of the three. I thought I was going to change my mind after watching the third one, which I watched last night, but I still think that this, well, maybe not better, but in my opinion I enjoyed it more. I loved the whole elves in the film, just that whole, okay, we're going to get right into it, the barrel scene. I love it. It's possibly my favourite scene out of the entire trilogy. I just loved the barrel scene. Of course, the whole elf scene when they first go to the, I can't remember what it's called, but when they first go to the place of the elves, I love that, you know, because it looks so cool. I love the actual the characters of the elves, especially, you know, the king, the female one, the girl from Lost, I think it is, and of course Orlando Bloom is Legolas. And it was really cool seeing Legolas before Lord of the Rings. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, even though he's a lot older now than he was in Lord of the Rings, he's actually, well, technically a younger character. But yeah, I love seeing him in this. You know, you get more background knowledge of him, and you see what he's like around his own people. Because of course he's not around his own people very much in Lord of the Rings. But yeah, the whole elf scenes I really love. I think they're great characters in the series. But then going on to the barrel scene, I think is amazing. People had issues because they used GoPro footage to kind of get like the waves and things. I didn't mind that. I thought it added something to the movie. Now, of course, they didn't use it in any other scene, which I think they should have, because it maybe made it gel more or smooth over a little bit more. I think just having it for the one scene, it's kind of just out there a little bit. They could have done it for a couple other scenes, but it was still really good. I did enjoy the use of the GoPro footage. It made it a bit more realistic looking, because of course, you know, it's all special effects or green screen. But yeah, I loved the barrel scene, especially in 3D as well. You know, a lot of pop outs, you know, when they're shooting their bows with the arrows coming everywhere. That's pretty good. There's one, I think it's Legolas, he shoots an orc in the head, but the arrow kind of comes towards you, but it goes like right through his head. That like comes right at you. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool in 3D. One of the best moments, I would say, in 3D. There's also a couple other good scenes in 3D. We're in the bears' house at the start of the film, and they've got the bees coming in like that. They come right out at you. So there's a good couple pop outs in this, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed it the most out of all of them. I think because of the elves. I think I just really liked seeing the elf people and seeing where they live and all the characters. I think it's just really cool. Seeing them fight and things. But yeah, Desolation of Smaug, really good. The 3D is pretty even all the way out. I would say it is better than the first film in 3D. I would definitely say that. There's way more pop outs, way more depth. So yeah, Desolation of Smaug. I would probably give a decent 5 out of 5. I have no complaints over the film. Alright guys, so lastly we'll talk about, of course, the Battle of the Five Armies. Sorry if there's been glare on the lenticulars. But yeah, so Battle of the Five Armies, the one to end the saga for now. You know, who knows, they might make more. Yeah, this was the first time I saw it in the extended edition. I'd never seen the extended edition until last night. And yeah, I really enjoyed the film. I saw it in cinemas. I've seen it twice on Blu-ray, and now first time on extended edition in 3D, and I really enjoyed the film. I thought it actually was pretty good in terms of time. It wasn't too long, even for the extended version. I thought the extended version was actually quite short. It's only about 2 hours 10 minutes, so for a Hobbit film it's quite a short one, but it's really good. I really had a great time watching this one. It put you in the mood for Lord of the Rings just because of the big battles. You know, even just seeing the orc armies marching, it's just awesome. And hearing like the black speech that they speak, it just puts you right in the mood for Lord of the Rings, or at least it puts me in the mood, or it reminds me of it. Because of course in Lord of the Rings there's the huge battles, the soldiers marching. So that is a really cool kind of throwback to Lord of the Rings, especially how it's kind of set just before Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I had a great time with this one. You know, the timing was perfect, it wasn't too long, it didn't drag out. It wasn't too short, you know, because 2 hours 10 is okay. I guess because of the story there wasn't a whole lot they could have included other than the battles and things. But I really enjoyed it, I thought it was really good. You know, it's funny because, you know, at the start of the film when the dwarves barricade themselves into the castle, I can't remember what it's called, Ereborn, you kind of think, oh, are they actually the bad guys now? You know, because they're not letting anyone have, you know, they're not letting the Fleetwood people take shelter there. They're not giving away any of the gold and that they're due to other races of, you know, people and humans and things. And you're just like, are they kind of the bad guys now? Because, you know, they're not wanting anyone near the place, and even though they're going to be attacked, they don't, like when the dwarves come and fight Billy Connolly's character, you know, they don't fight for quite a while in the film, and you're like, you know, they're quite bad, you know, because of Thorin. But yeah, going to Billy Connolly, loved his character. I remember seeing it in the cinemas, and I was with my dad actually, and he turned to me and said, "Is that Billy Connolly?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure it is, yeah," because of course the voice. And it is, and he's just brilliant in the film. He really is. To me, he should have been in all 3 of the films. I don't know who he would have been if he was in all 3, but I wish he was a character somewhere in it, even if he was one of the dwarves. He was funny. I'm a huge Billy Connolly fan. I love his stand-up, I love all the shows that he's been on, and to see him in this just so randomly was awesome. So he was definitely a highlight of the film, believe it or not, for me. But yeah, battle sequences, brilliant, of course, again, like Lord of the Rings, very, very good. I'm sure the extended cut had a longer battle sequence. I don't really remember the theatrical cut compared, so I don't really know the difference, but yeah, it's just a great film. It's probably the most entertaining because it's got the most action in it. But yeah, still my second is my favourite. I don't think it'll beat that. But the 3D in this was pretty good as well. Was it as good as the second? Sorry, possibly not. I can't really decide. It still had really good moments. Of course, the depth was great in it, and there was a good few pop-outs in there, especially between the battle scenes. Even if it was just like debris coming at you, or dirt, or bodies. Yeah, it was really good in 3D. There's a couple sword pop-outs as well. It was pretty good when, at the start of the film, he's trying to take down the dragon with the black arrow, and he leans it on like his son's shoulder. Like when he fires the arrow, it comes like right at you. It's pretty cool. So the 3D is pretty good in this. I thought actually that the start of the film, where the dragon's attacking the town, I actually thought that was the best 3D of the whole film. But yeah, that's just my eyes. You know, everyone's different. But yes, The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, loved it. So guys, that was my review for all 3 Hobbit films, the extended 3D editions. Yeah, I hope they go back and convert the Lord of the Rings to 3D. I highly doubt it, unless it's maybe an anniversary or something. But I really hope they do it, because it'd be fun to watch, you know, and it would match the Hobbit films. But I had a great time watching these. I watched one a night, so it was three nights in a row I watched these. So yeah, I had a great blast doing it. It was the first time I watched the extended cuts in a row, 3 nights in a row, with the 3D as well. So it was probably the best experience I've had watching these films so far. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Leave a comment if you like these, if you haven't seen them yet, if you like the 3D. Other 3D films that I should check out. I'm always watching 3D. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, links down in the description. I do giveaways, I tell you guys good deals, anything I'm selling on eBay, when I'm posting a new video, polls. So definitely check me out on Twitter, check me out on Letterboxd, again link in the description, and you can see what I'm watching, and you know, you can leave a comment and we can have a discussion. Like the video if you haven't already, subscribe if you're new around here, and until next video, stay awesome, peace.